Welcome to my gorgeous video. So I have this notebook. It is grid paper. It's 80 pages. It's a beautiful ring binder. Ooh. And I am going to do a challenge for this week of just trying to fill in as many pages of this thing as possible. I am a little bit of a notebook hoarder. I do have many of them. They are almost all lined paper or grid paper or otherwise, patterned. They're not plain. And I accept them. I love them. I take them in. I also really like just using kind of subpar, cheap materials. I enjoy the restrictions that can end up happening. You can do anything with a nasty little notebook, and that is really the main point. How many pages are there? 80. That's quite a lot. What is 80 divided by 7? So as of filming right now, I've used this many pages. That means I have this many pages left. Okay, if I give myself a full week, 7 days, I would need to be making this many per day. Can I do it? No. I'm gonna say probably not. Let me give you just a quick taste of what I have in here before I begin this. On the first page, it's a beautiful, it's a caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland. He looks good. And I have King Louis. He's not okay. Why should he be? He's a monkey. He's a big monkey. Classic Simpson drawing. This I really like. It's a copy of a Jean-Michel Basquiat painting that I saw. Pencil drawing here. Another little pencil drawing. And a kind of abandoned one here. But aside from that, there's a lot of empty space here. Anything could happen. Yeah, this is a good angle. Here's some sketchbook inspiration that I've seen just to kind of excite and inspire.
Yeah. No.
It's kind of a weird composition cut off here. I think it's really important in a sketchbook just to go crazy, just to kind of let your brain plop out, you know what I mean? It's nice to have ideas, but it's also nice to just let that brain plop out. Every nasty sketchbook can become a gorgeous record of your own insanity. And that's what you could keep in mind. I really enjoy the combo of felter pen and hard pencil, 7B pencil. This horse looks kind of like an alien horse, but I think this is a good thing. I think this is fine. So I'm still, I have a lot of gorgeous empty pages awaiting me, but I've been really enjoying working in a sketchbook. So let me just take you through a few of the things that I've been doing in here. Here's my little horse. I started taping a few things in just so that I can use pen more without worrying about it bleeding. It just gives a nice tactility. It makes me more excited to use the sketchbook and make it kind of clunky and chunky. It also means that I can get some distance from the grid paper that becomes kind of tiring to have to deal with all the time. Ideally, this would just be a blank, gorgeous, plain paper sketchbook, but I like the challenge of just having this annoying grid. It's there, there's nothing you can do about it, so it's there's a little bit of a problem-solving thing going on. A nice apple for my little horse. Yes, okay, there's a little bit of a horse thing. That's another thing. When you're doing a sketchbook quickly, I like to just run with the same theme and repeat it and kind of see what I can make. So there's a few horse things in here. It also just works to sit down and try to draw something that you're seeing. Just a classic pencil drawing. Some of them will turn out nasty. And that is one of the beautiful things about a sketchbook. Your nasty things. And then of course, we have my Horses Know Right from Wrong, which is truly the first drawing of this sketchbook project. And then I have a bunch of pages of Yoshitomo Nara sculptures. So I was looking at these and I thought, these would be nice to try and draw, especially because quite a lot of them are doggies, and there's also this little ghost and the little pilgrim. And I quite like this one because I just started adding some stars. I just thought, just do my own little thing there. This page here next to one of the dogs I was at a restaurant and I tried to draw a few people. Didn't go that well, really, but I liked the experience of doing it, and so I'm pretty happy with that. I used receipt paper to stick in for a lot of these pages just because I had some. It's the only paper I had, so I taped that in. But I also just like the aesthetic of using these kind of scraps. I did a spread of a woman and a duck, the two kinds of creatures. And then the last thing I have right now is this self-portrait. I was looking at the mirror and, self-portraits are really hard. I struggle to get the likeness, so this is kind of an odd style that ended up happening. But I do kind of like it. It's weird. And then on the other side we have She Is Coming. Some kind of a freak? I don't know, but she is coming and you will have to welcome her. So that's what I have so far. I still have a huge amount of pages to work with. I have a few days, so I'll keep working on that and see just how far I can take it. But I did buy myself a little sketchbook. It's another 80 pages. I'm really excited to have a plain paper sketchbook. It has been a million years since I've used one. I usually use loose paper. Woo. Please notice my roses. Don't notice them. Don't notice them, actually. Don't look at them. Alright, you've heard enough music. I've had 2 Key Royale, so I'm gonna do a voiceover. Here's one of the last things that I drew. I'm drawing a rose, like the roses that we said we'd keep quiet about, because nothing at all happened to them. One thing I've really enjoyed is combining this really strong, bold, black felt tip with pencil. Pencils are so fun because they have all these different kind of textural possibilities. It's a nice set of like HB up to 8B, which I never use the 8B. I very rarely use the 8B. But I don't know, man, graphite's just really beautiful and cool, and it's nice to combine that with other things. And I think the strongest parts of this notebook are the kind of more mixed media stuff, the stuff where I've taped in other types of paper and used both pen and pencil. The combo is nice. The combo creates this kind of cohesive feeling, which I really like. And I think lots of these things in this notebook do look kind of ugly because it's an ugly notebook, but I enjoy the whole thing
just as a whole, the grouping of it all, the kind of beefy feeling of having a notebook and filling up with things. That's really great to me and is why I wanted to do this little project. I ended up doing a total of 22 new pages, and I think that's pretty good. It was pretty good for my efforts. There are certainly still a lot of empty pages left for me to do, and I guess I'll just have to do my best with them, but I'm really happy with how it all turned out. Yum, yum, yum. Do a little sketchbook, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. I like to draw. That's all. But a few things that I've really enjoyed in this sketchbook was, one, drawing like other artists' things. I know it's really only Nara, but it's nice to just look at an artist's work and just redraw it. A little bit of Nara, a little bit of Basquiat, yes, good. And even if you draw it in a way that is so totally different, it's a nice little exercise in looking at somebody's work and interpreting that in some kind of a way. I think it's really fun. I also just really enjoyed the pencil drawings that were just kind of life stuff. The one that's like the pigs and a face is probably my favorite one. I don't know, I really like that one. It was just drawn so cozily with my hot chocolate at lunch. Whenever I get a chance to do something kind of like that, it feels nice. Just to scribble around. I don't know, take your notebook out and scribble around in it when you're somewhere else. I love the feeling of having this portable thing. As much as I'm excited to start the new sketchbook that I bought, making this video has just really made me appreciate this little notebook and what it can do, what it can provide to me. Every different notebook ends up being special, even if it's trash. That's just something like, it's such a little moment in time, and that's always been something that I'm really interested in, just documenting things. It's cool. I don't know. This is me at this moment in time, just kind of existing, just drawing a little piggy. You know what I mean? Just drawing a little piggy. So I'm really happy with how it all turned out, and I hope to draw many more piggies.
Let's go.